What's up, guys? Welcome to With All Due Respect, your recap show for the listen to me, I'm going to say the WWG, and that's not what we are anymore. We're the GFW. We should know that. You're the host. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry, it's been a long Friday already. We've done a lot of shows, and well, my brains are a little scrambled, but I'm super excited that you've turned into the show today because, man, we had our first card drop, our first show, I should say, of WWE 2K18. And man, it was a really good one. We've got a lot of new faces that have joined us here in this EFED, and we're super excited about the first show being posted. And I thought, you know what, for our first show and a lot of new guys who are just learning how to do this, it was pretty darn good. I was entertained. I liked it. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. So I'm not going to go and break this down one by one. I'm just going to kind of hit some highlights here. I thought this was a pretty good role play to kind of start the show off. Again, I had to do a lot of cleaning up. I think as you guys learn how to write and you learn how to tell the stories of your guys, you'll kind of learn if you submit 3 things that happened before the show, that's a lot of stuff to put before we even start the show. Just like if you only post stuff for interviewing after your matches, like mix it up. You know, one week, give me like 2 role plays, one before the show, one after the show. Give me the next week a role play like in the locker room, and then another role play after your match and an interview. Like just mix it up, have fun, and tell your stories. We did have a lot of stuff. Actually, I was the one worried about content, and then the last second, tons of content came in. So actually, I'm one of the ones who broke that rule of too much stuff. But I submitted some stuff to happen before the show started because I didn't think there would be anything, and we ended up having 3 role plays. But either way, lots of good stuff. You're starting to tell us the stories of your guys. You're starting to give us some insight to who they are. We do have new digs. We're in the Smoothie King Center here in New Orleans, and so we've got a new look, a new feel, lots of new stuff that's taking place. And you need to go back and watch this show. I think I've already given my feedback. Well, we'll save that. Let's kind of get to this. Luna introduces the fact that the hardcore belt is going to be vacant, and so we will have a hardcore tournament. And the idea is that we're building towards our very first pay-per-view for season number 3, and that's called Act 1. And at Act 1, there's going to be that night several matches for the hardcore tournament, ending in a main event for the hardcore title. So somebody will leave Act 1 as our new hardcore champion. So lots of good things for you guys to build around, write role plays around. And with all due respect, guys, I'm lobbing you softballs here. I'm making this super, super easy for you. I'm giving you built-in content. Not everybody can walk in and just start going for the head championship, even though that's what you may want. Sometimes you got to kind of build your character. You got to tell a story. It's more about you telling stories, role-playing, and getting me great content than it is about wins and losses. They matter. We can't have somebody who never wins a match being the champion, of course, but if you role play and you do your part, you're going to get more opportunities to do that, to have an opportunity to be in main events and to have an opportunity to go for the belts. It's a good match between Dustin White, who is now got more time to be around, and so he's role playing more. Dustin's got a little bit of a new look going on, and so lots of good stuff in this one. A new guy named G-Shock, who we're going to hear more about. We didn't get to hear much from him this time, but he's learning, he's trying out some stuff, and I'm super interested to hear more about who this G-Shock is. And then Dustin calls us on our stuff, and he says, where's my opportunities? Where's my chances? Well, with all due respect, Dustin, you know where your chances are. Your chances are the fact that I didn't get much from you in Season 2, but you keep doing what you're doing, and your chances are going to take place. And then we get to hear from Reed. He goes and he's got a thing for Luna, the new GM that he has his eyes on. But as the new guy, well, Luna has a way of ripping your balls off and feeding them back to you. So he and Luna have a little bit back and forth. And I don't know, Reed comes across as one of those guys that doesn't take no for an answer. So I'm interested to see, keep telling stories like this, keep asking people to work with you, work together on those role plays, and get us good stuff. This was one of my fun role plays that I got to read. Then Cactus comes out and does the watering hole. He just talks about how he's the champion and he's excited about Season 3 and he plans on making this the most entertaining season that we've ever had in the GFW. And here comes Mr. Aiden Steele. the loudmouth of the group, the guy who feels like everything is owed to him, he comes out and goes on a little rampage. He just says what he's got to say. He doesn't even give Cactus an opportunity to respond. Deuces, hit his music. He's in, he's out. He gets a match later on for a main event against Captain because he wants a piece of that belt. Then we get introduced to B17. Now, B17 is not technically in our promotion. He's just here to help. He's a guest. He'll show up from time to time. He is truly a voice. If you want to hear my last, with all due respect, go listen to that. I'll tell you all about Adam and his B17 character, which is one of his many great characters. He's actually in the promotion OCW. Make sure you go check them out, OCWFed.com. Follow them on Twitter, OCWEFed or OCWFed, something like that. Just type in OCW. You will find them. They have it going on. They have the best of the best. They have the best champion that I think I've ever seen as far as role plays and in the ring and everything that he does. They have the best commissioner. They just have guys who've been doing this for years and years and years. Man, they are the best of the best. They put out the best content. If you're super into this and you want to learn from the best, go check them out. I'm putting them over again because I do have a lot of respect to them. Regardless of what some of them think, I have no hard feelings towards any of them. Yeah, and so it is what it is, and we're just going to keep moving on. So we get to Luna coming out and talking to B17, telling him he needs to pick his match, but choose wisely, that he's not going to just do whatever he wants around here. And then we get introduced to the fact that the GFW is introducing a tag team division. This has been asked for a long time. And to be honest, we just didn't have people, right? We just weren't there. And I still feel that at some times we're not quite there. But I gave it to us because we have these really great belts that were designed and people have been asking for it. It's a great way to kind of build up. We won't have a ton of these matches, but we will build up to them. We will have them at pay-per-views. But you guys got to form tag teams and got to help me advertise. I'm advertising everywhere that I possibly can to find new owners. People are going to catch on if you keep producing shows like this. I think guys will really dig what we're doing. And they introduced us to our first ever tag match. Now, I got to be honest, with all due respect, man, I ripped all four of these guys to pieces when I watched this match. This is probably going to go, when I get the time, in our do not do a tag match this way protocol. I'm probably going to do a video on it. Those guys got tons of feedback from me. I'm actually going to copy a lot of that feedback and put it in our rules, so that guys, as they prepare for tag matches, they kind of see. The biggest thing is just way too many run-ins. When you do a tag match, you get one run-in. You get to come in, save your partner who's being pinned, and then it's get out. When you tag somebody, get out the ring. The only reason you can stay in the ring is if you tag them, you do one tag team move together, then get your butt out the ring. Too much apron situation, fights going on, too much. Guys, it's constantly in the ring if you watch this one. This is not the type of tag team matches we will have here, but we let it go, right? We were learning. We're a young E-Fed. These guys weren't able to play till late. I didn't want to leave it off of the card. Look, there's definitely a learning curve here with this match, but we're going to get there. I'm not going to be hard on you guys. We just got to clean up the running in, and we got to remember those rules that when we get them on the ground, you get 4 or 1, and then you got to let them reset. Same thing as if you get them outside the ring. It's not a free-for-all. It's not a bar brawl. It is a tag team match. It needs to look good. Then that gets us to our main event, Captain Alex versus Aiden Steele. And this match actually had to be re-recorded a couple of times because there were some rules that were broken. He and I stopped. We did a quick video on some questions that he had. We posted that out to you guys to help you, and then we re-recorded the match. So I'm saying that to say that if you have a bad match, if you have a match like the tag team match where it just doesn't go like it's expected, guys, just hit the reset button, re-record, replay, start from scratch, have fun, do it again, okay? Things happen. No one's here expected to be perfect. Just try to submit good, clean content to me. Even if you get to a place where something just doesn't look right, but you get to a solution, you get to a winner, then just replay it, choreograph it, make it look good so that we have good matches that get posted on our show. After the match, Cactus calls out Luna. He's crying because he feels like Captain has been cheated. She sets up a match we're going to talk about the next card between Aiden and Captain. If Captain wins, he gets a match of his choice at the pay-per-view. If Aiden wins, he gets a match of his choice at the pay-per-view. So that's going to kind of build up. And it tells us, keep scrolling. Bam, Aiden has a quick thing that he does at the very end. He's talking about tearing up the club. So he's kind of has his sights set. He's talking to a shadowy figure that we don't quite know who he's going to be. But I'm pretty sure that we'll get to learn that on the next card as that story continues to get told. So I encourage you, go check out the show, read it, watch it, leave us your comments, talk about the show. Hit comment at the very bottom of this. If you're already logged in, it's going to let you do it. Just hit comment. Dawson, who's not even got the game yet, but he's going to be back. He posts his thoughts. Post some thoughts. Talk about the show. It's your show. The more attention you draw to it, the more attention that you get to it, the more that people will watch and the more people want to come be a part of it. Then we get to our second card, number 29 in the GFW, and this card's going to be due on the 20th of November. We give you 10 days here. It's plenty of time to get your matches in. Some of our matches may already be in today. I mean, we're really going to work hard at it. And here's the card, KO versus G-Shock. And so we're breaking up some of those tag team matches that we've seen last week, I should say. KO is a guy that they're just cool looking characters. They have a really great entrance. They actually submitted a role play, so I hope they continue to submit role plays. We get to continue to hear about why the Samoans are here, like what drew them to the GFW, what are they here to do. And then G-Shock, who is he? Man, we didn't even hear from him. He's a brand new character, and we didn't even get a role play from you. With all due respect, bro, 10 days. Give me a role play, 3 sentences, something. Tell me a story about who you are. Why did you show up on our show? Match number 2 is going to be Tex, another brand new character that's going to reveal himself on this show, number 29 of Chaos. He's going to go against Reed Reynolds, one of my favorite characters. Him and Campo and the Samoans, man, those are just really great characters. Keep telling those stories, man. I want to know more about you guys. Now, Reed Reynolds is a little upset about the tag match. He didn't like it. He didn't like how it went. Love you, bro, but you got to get over it. We got to move on. We get to figure out what we didn't do right. We'll fix it. We'll move on. We'll have better matches. Keep telling us stories. I want to hear more from Reed. You got my attention. I'm watching. Of course, there'll be a watering hole segment. This week's guest is going to be Luna Lovegood, our GM for the GFW. She's going to come out and do a watering hole segment with Cactus. Match number 3 is going to be Teal versus Campo. 2 more guys I'm super intrigued about. I think these dudes are just going to go at it. That might be the match of the night there. And then the main event's actually going to be a tag match. First time ever that a tag match has been a main event here in our EFED. It's going to be the G Club versus Dustin White and Aiden Steele. And Luna's thought process right here is the fact that Dustin said, I need a shot. Aiden wants a shot. The G Club seems to be the club that everybody's gunning for. So let's put them all in a big ring and let them go at it. That's going to build up to the very next card, which is probably going to be that Captain versus Aiden match that Luna promised Aiden that he would have. Let's see what happens in this tag match. That'll kind of determine who gets what shots and how we kind of tell these stories. But that is going to be a great main event. Plus, guys, we're just going to show you how to do a tag match, how to do them properly, and how to have a lot of fun and make them look really visually appealing. So that is with all due respect. And with all due respect, I'm out of time and tired of talking to you. I hope you enjoyed the show. Leave us your comments. Comments, man. They're so important. If you're on Twitter, give us a follow. If you're on YouTube, give us a like and subscribe. If you're on Twitch, give us a like and a subscribe. Help us promote our content. We want to hear your thoughts. If it sucked and you didn't like it, totally fine with that. Tell us. Just be cool about it, all right? Give us some really good feedback so that we continue to improve. I love when I'm starting to see these new guys are going to continue to work on their characters and the way that they tell stories, and it should be some really, really good stuff. So, thanks for tuning in. I am your host with all due respect, Nate, the founder of the GFW, the founder of Grown Folks Online Community. And I appreciate you tuning in and listening to our show. Look, we'll see you at the next one, all right? Peace.